long day at school today. Can't wait to sit home and watch some TV.
News tonight on the Capitol Watch as we start the news at 5. We've learned it will be next week before the governor can take action on that controversial guns on campus bill. Of course, it's passed in the House and the Senate, now headed to his desk. Meanwhile, we're taking a closer look at exactly who would be able to carry a concealed weapon on campus if that bill is indeed...
I wonder if there's anything else about it on TV. Oh, look here!
Hi, my name is Colin Goddard, 25 years old, survived the Virginia Tech shooting in 2007, was one of the more fortunate ones. After hearing about the idea that, to deal with problems like this in the future, students should bring guns to school as the way to solve this problem, I, thought that this was totally the wrong way to go about it. And that there are so many other steps that should be taken first before we ultimately need to just, let the good kids shoot it out with the bad kids. So I was fortunate to be one of the survivors from that morning. I never got involved in any of these issues, and I wouldn't be here today if I wouldn't have learned that students thought the way to deal with this situation is by putting more guns in a classroom. I was there that day. That was the craziest day of my life, with one person walking around with 2 guns. I can't even imagine what it would have been like with multiple students and multiple guns.
I need to do some research about this. I better look on the internet. I didn't know that. Turns out to get an enhanced concealed weapons license, you need 8 hours of instruction from a certified arms instructor and a legal authority, like a police officer or an attorney. And I have to be 21 years old to get it. A normal concealed weapons license only requires 3 hours of instruction inside of a classroom, and you have to be 18 years old to get the license. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. I wonder what I can find on YouTube.
We should be afforded the same right to protect ourselves on campus as we're already afforded off campus.
Guzman is a student at Texas State University and president of Students for Concealed Carry on campus at Texas State. He wants the Texas legislature to rescind a law barring students from packing heat on college campuses.
We have the right to defend ourselves off campus with a concealed handgun license. It makes no sense that once you cross an imaginary line that for some reason you can't be trusted.
He points out that training for a concealed weapons permit is extensive, and he says it will only take one campus gunman to convince the naysayers.
It just takes one person that is in those situations to possibly stop this. It really devolves to us, the victims or intended victims, to be able to defend.
But critics of this would say it makes schools less safe, and the guns could be in the hands of
Remember the tragedy
nuts.
at the University of Texas in 1966. A crazy guy gets at the top of the tower. He starts shooting at students. An English professor took his own gun and shot the student. And that's how the tragedy ended.
Oh, look. The New York Times. Turns out one of the professors here at ESU actually had one of his articles posted in here. It was also about the recent gun law that's being passed. After reading it for the first time, I thought it was pretty witty, it was sarcastic, it was funny. He did have some remarks like, if I get shot at by a student, am I allowed to unload a whole clip on him? But although it's kind of witty and sarcastic, he does bring up some good points, like what kind of legal safety training should teachers have if students are going to be carrying weapons on campus. He also brings up the point that students are away from home for the first time. Also, they have to experience things that are new, different, and drugs and alcohol. Is this really the right time to have them experience guns for the first time? Reading that article, I decided maybe I should talk to someone about this. So I decided to meet with my friend Jordan. Get his opinion on it, brain to brain. So, man, you hear about this new law being passed? That you can have guns on campus? That's crazy.
Is it really that crazy, though? I mean, I don't know. What do you think about it?
I don't know. I just think it's pretty crazy that you're going to have a bunch of people, there's a ton of people at a school, and I feel like it's too many people to have guns everywhere.
I don't know. Is it really all that crazy? I mean, it's no more crowded than a mall or somebody's office where people are already carrying a concealed gun anyway.
I mean, yes, I never thought of it that way, but I just feel like college is all about drugs, partying, alcohol. I feel like if you throw guns into the mix with college students, it's just going to be a bad idea.
This law isn't giving them guns or making them go out and buy guns. It's if people already have them, it's just letting them carry them while they're here on campus. They already own them
I didn't
anyway.
think about that. That's a very good point. I feel like defending lives on campus, that should be left to the professionals, not some kids carrying guns, though.
Who do you consider the professionals, though? Our security guards aren't armed here. And when was the last time you saw a police officer on campus?
That's a very good point. I never thought about that.
It can take can often take a long time before an officer shows up. So when the minutes count, we need to use them.
So after I got to the library, I decided to check out a few books. I wanted to find out what states allowed guns on campus, what states didn't allow guns on campus, and anything in between. So I went and I found this book. It turns out there's only 2 states that allow guns on campus by law. It's Utah and Colorado. The law is also applied and enforced in other states, but only in Oregon, Kansas, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Wisconsin are the schools not allowed to have guns. There's only 3 states that allow no guns on campus no matter what, and there's 13 states that prohibit concealed weapons on campus. So we decided to do a survey of our friends to see how they feel about the bill being passed about carrying a weapon on campus. It turns out only a third of my friends actually supported the law, and only 16 out of 70 people would actually carry a weapon on campus now that the bill has been passed. We also got a safety rating of a 4.6 out of 10. We decided that was slightly unsafe. Well, there you have it, folks. We went out, we gave you all the research we knew, we found out our facts, and we found it from reliable sources. We made an informed decision and came to our own personal conclusions. Our personal conclusions don't have to match yours, but we want to make sure you make an informed decision. So now, how do you feel? Do you think guns on campus should be allowed? Do you think it's a valuable law, or do you think it's a law that should not be passed? If you want more information, feel free to look at the websites like armedcampuses.org and concealedcampuses.org. Thank you very much, and I hope everyone makes an informed decision now.